I always say, don't believe the hype. I believe in this one. Joker, 2019's Joker, a movie I've been highly anticipated since I heard it was announced and Joaquin Phoenix was attached to star in it. This was one of my most anticipated films of this year. And, you know, I try to stay away from a lot of reviews and a lot of write-ups on shit that I really want to see because I want to go in there fresh with an open mind, not knowing anything. I don't want to know whether people thought it was good or bad. I just want to go in there with my own opinion of it. And you can't help but it's plastered all over the place, all over social media, all over everywhere. This movie is a masterpiece. This is one of the best movies of the year, best comic book adaptation of all time. Joaquin Phoenix should be nominated for an Oscar, should win an Oscar. I've heard all the whispers. As much as I tried to deflect them, I couldn't. They kept coming at me. I will say, in all honesty, because look, I'm one of those, I don't like to fall into the hype train and all that shit, but I will say, all the whispers that I heard were absolutely right. This film is a masterpiece. This is a spoiler-free review, so I can't really talk about the film like I really want to without, you know, giving spoilers away because there are some specific things that I want to handle. I'll probably do a spoiler review later on, but just for the spoiler-free part, this movie is a masterpiece. This delivered on everything. I just wish I didn't see any trailers for this because you know how the movie's going to turn out because if you've seen the trailers, you know what's going to happen. You know, it's inevitable. Look at the name of the fucking movie. But I feel like sometimes when the trailer, sometimes they just give away too much and it takes away from the experience. But in this case, because this movie was so well made, it didn't take away from shit. I enjoyed this from beginning to end. This movie has a 2-hour runtime and I didn't feel any of it. Honestly. Joaquin Phoenix is in he's in every scene in this movie. And it didn't feel like it was 2 hours. I feel like I could have watched more. I could have seen more of this because his performance was so disturbing, you know, so uncomfortable, so just twisted, but yet sympathetic, sad, but yet cool. You know what I'm saying? This was a tortured soul, psychotic, but, you know, you find yourself a few times feeling bad for him. Joaquin Phoenix came through in this role, and okay, if you ask me, I say Oscar nomination, I say an Oscar win, but we all know how the Oscars go. A lot of times the actor that wins Best Actor was in a movie that nobody really saw, and nobody even heard of the performance, hence when Stallone lost to whatever actor that was in Bridge of Spies. Everybody knows Stallone Rocky. Nobody remembers the fucking performance in Bridge of Spies, but that's the guy that won. Okay, go figure. There was one moment where I'm looking at Joaquin Phoenix's performance as this character, and I was seeing Heath Ledger. It almost felt like for a moment, just for like a split few seconds, I said, shit. It's like I felt like Heath Ledger was resurrected, man. He didn't try to act like Heath Ledger. He brought his own thing to it. And this is definitely a memorable Joker. Now, it's too soon to say that he surpassed Heath Ledger because that was probably one of the most brilliant performances ever, okay? It's too soon to say that. But I think it definitely deserves to be in the conversation of best Joker ever. You know what I mean? Just his whole, and his look, the way, his body language, the way he carried himself, certain shit that he did, took it to how he is in the comic books, and yet, in a cinematic way, he was brilliant with the shit. I'm almost speechless by how much I enjoyed this movie. The cinematography, the shots, this movie was shot beautifully. It had a gritty feel to it, a gritty, urban kind of gloomy feel to it, but yet, it was just shot so beautifully, man. There were certain shots I was like, that's a poster. Okay, that's a poster. I'm going to remember that shot for a while. Okay, this is something that's probably going to be copied in a meme or, or something. Yeah, man, filmmakers, y'all did y'all thing on this, man. I can't think off rip who directed this. I apologize, y'all, I'm bad with names, but whoever directed this did their thing. I know Martin Scorsese had a lot to do with this. I think he was a producer, executive producer. And it shows, because even watching the trailers, I knew there were going to be shades of Taxi Driver and another movie called King of Comedy with Robert De Niro, who's also in this movie, and he did a great job as well. There was a scene in particular where I laughed my ass off when it came to De Niro and Joaquin Phoenix. But yeah, this movie called The King of Comedy with Robert De Niro. Both of those movies, Taxi Driver and King of Comedy, were directed by Martin Scorsese. So there is some Scorsese in here, but whoever directed this put their own spin on it. And I'm gonna look this guy up and find out his other work, because he did a brilliant job with this. The moment when I seen the old Warner Brothers logo come up in the beginning, when I saw the old Warner Brothers logo come up, I said, I just have a feeling. I have a feeling I'm gonna really enjoy this, and I did. I laughed a couple times. I did get a little misty-eyed. I felt myself really feeling uncomfortable. And then there was some there was some social commentary in there too about lower class and upper class, okay, and how comedy is supposed to be subjective, but yet, everybody's so offended nowadays by comedy, like comedians can't be comedians anymore. It was just, this movie just had a lot of shit to it, man, and I cannot wait to watch this again. I'm pretty sure when I watch it again, I'm gonna pick up on things I didn't pick up on before, and yeah, I can't wait to watch this again. So, all right, bottom line is, okay, I'm done rambling. Bottom line is, go see this fucking movie. This is probably one of my favorite movies of this year. Easily, I'm gonna grade it now. Easily A+. No arguments, man. A+. I give this movie A+. I'm gonna go watch some of my YouTube peers and see what they had to say about it. I highly doubt anybody's gonna shit on this movie, man. But for me, A+. Joaquin Phoenix, just give him the fucking prize. He's the Joker from this point on. Okay, don't need to look for any other Jokers. Okay, this is your guy. Okay, you do some more Batman movies. He is Joker. Just give him material that he can shine in, because this shit raised the fucking bar for comic book adaptations. Okay, this shit raised the bar. Superhero fatigue is no longer a thing because of this movie, and hopefully DC, carries this on and stop trying to build a universe, stop trying to be like the MCU and do your own thing. And this is a perfect example of that. Keep that shit going, DC. Fuck trying to keep up with Marvel, okay? Trust me, Marvel is gonna collapse like Rome anyway pretty soon. Not that I want that, but from Phase 4 and Phase 5, I can see that coming. Just do your thing. This was a good start. So anyways, y'all, A+ for Joker. I really enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. As always, this is Rashad G signing out. See you in the next video.